So what exactly do you tell me about it, Kai?
I don't know.
Sorry.
What do you actually tell me about it?
So, yeah, I'm gonna come up to you and say, so, it's Tavro, right?
You remembered my name. You didn't just ask me, who are you?
Well, I think this might answer that question.
Oh?
So, when we were back at the tavern, our weird bug man informed me that right when you did your, getting large thing that you do, there was an item in my bag that was drawn to your presence.
Oh?
It was this right here. And I just get it out and show him.
Yeah, and you see as he pulls out this, kind of, small purple stone with a bunch of cavities in it. And you see almost as he pulls it out, it's glowing very faintly with this, blackish blue light.
Interesting. What exactly is this?
This is a worm heart. It was recovered in, the core of a great worm that we fended off in the past. And it seems to have a particular calling to you.
Interesting.
So,
wait, yeah, and you say it did this at the tavern?
right when you began your arm wrestling contest.
I did think that I had felt something right then and there, but looking around the bar, I couldn't really tell if anyone had tried to cast a spell or something. But that clears things up a small bit, I suppose. Indeed, Vinny.
Yes, it is
Also,
raining today.
Vinny, you want to see Tavro breathe?
What?
Are you ready? Ready? Tavro's about to inhale. Exhale.
How'd you do it?
Because
I'm the best.
Because he's breathing.
Did you give him a button so he can make his token larger or something?
Yes.
It's part of his rage feature, but I gave him a macro that he can just do it as well in case, for whatever reason, it doesn't go off.
Yeah, if I need to end it early or something.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Hey, Kai, you want to be consumed?
But anyways. But after it had that effect, I'd had it in my possession a while, and I'd kind of been warned about it, so I decided to go investigate and see exactly what it can do. This artifact here, I was offered somewhere around 10,000 gold for it.
Oh my goodness.
Assuming, Zach, that's kind of accurate, given you said it kept going up and up.
So he stopped around 7,500, but yeah.
Alright, well, at that point...
at that point, he was like, okay, obviously you're not going to sell it to me, but yeah, he, you saw that he was, willing to go higher, he just didn't see the point anymore.
What it does is... read description sent in DM on Discord.
Yeah, Zach also sent it to me, half an hour ago.
If you choose to take it, then you can use your emotion to fuel your power even stronger. However, you have the knowledge, you are being warned now that this artifact possesses great power, and will try to use it against you eventually.
Oh.
I am leaving the decision to you. Take it. Use it. Assume this power. Or destroy it now. It is up to you. And I just hold it out, extend it to you. Wait, there's an option here of selling it, Eddie, or not.
No. Not everything is about money.
That answers my question of they're all in the same room.
Yep.
But they have a conference microphone now, so it's actually much clearer.
Oh shit, okay. Improvements.
Actually hearable. But Kai, Tava just kind of stares at it for a moment and goes, there must have been some reason it tried to reach out to me specifically. I'll take it, and I'll grab it from you. Thank you for not becoming a rich man.
I would not have this artifact fall in the wrong hands. I would only give it to someone who I've seen proven is trustworthy. You are trustworthy, right?
I've known you for a week.
Would someone untrustworthy be able to do this?
Oh god, he's eating him.
He's got a point there, Kai.
I mean, they would if they had this artifact.
Well, I can do it without the. No, okay. I'll. I just go. Yes. Thank you. That means quite a lot.
Don't make me regret my decision. Oh god, he's killing me.
So,
Everyone roll for initiative.
yeah, but Tavro agrees and he pockets it.
All right.
All right. So I
That
think
was the
we
entire
actually,
shit I needed.
yeah, I
Wait,
think
wait,
we actually do have everyone online.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Tavro.
Yeah, I was gonna say, cause words. Hold on. I just have to do some breathing. All right. Kai and I said that like we typically get here like, or he was here waiting early for me, and I'm typically a bit early. So do you think I could have tuned to this before everyone else gets, or before we all leave for whatever we're doing?
That is up to all of you. So I was thinking you guys were getting there like maybe 20 minutes early. But I guess you can get there as early as you want in comparison to the meeting time you set of 9 a.m.
Yeah, I mean, I would usually get to the night market a little bit earlier because there's also potential criminal activity that I can report on. So maybe like half an hour.
Yeah, so that's still going to be a bit short to be able to
Yeah.
attune to it. But if you just want to like chill out while everybody else gets there, if you stay here for 30 minutes, then yes, that is a short rest's worth of time and you can attune.
Yeah.
By the way,
then
oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say then I'll start now.
Yeah. And just a quick reminder to everybody, you've had like 3 days. You have all your spell slots back. If you had any hit dice expended, by now you would have gotten all of them back. But, so you all wake up this morning, Kai and Tavro a little bit earlier, just planning to have a bit of a discussion. But you all wake up, you crawl out of bed to find like a dreary, rainy morning awaiting you, and everybody slowly kind of moseys on down to the market where they have agreed to meet back up.
Wait,
what?
it's a new day? I thought we were going to that warehouse immediately when we left the bar.
No, so everybody split up to do their own thing. You were able to do that as your downtime.
Yeah, you were scouting it and then meeting us the next day.
Okay, see, I didn't realize that, because I would have preferred if somebody had gone with me to be safe, but...
Aldrich with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was planning something with you anyway, and then he ghosted him.
What? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, worth noting, Justin said he got called away.
Woo!
Yeah, so there is a little bit of an extra description that Justin gets when he gets back. But he does make it to the night market with everybody else. I guess it's the morning market right now.
Yeah.
You're all able to meet up. He's being a little quiet, brooding boy in the corner while he's on the phone or whatever. And the rest of you are able to all meet up at what has become your normal meeting place. And so, Escher, did you want to take that scouting opportunity in your 4 hours, or
I
would you
mean,
like to do
yeah,
it now
like,
with the party?
I mean, I was gonna do it regardless. They don't need. I technically don't need them to be there. I only would have wanted like one person to go with me to be safe, but I don't need them with me.
Like I said,
Sure.
Aldrich.
No, Aldrich is doing his own thing. He messaged me
Oh, gotcha.
since Escher ghosted him.
Again, I can't ghost somebody if I do not get the message.
He has read receipts, boy.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Go into your Discord. Check what he sent you.
Oh, I mean, I didn't really. He sent one message that didn't warrant a response, but
Okay, well,
regardless, it's something else that I can. It's not something that we would have been able to make progress on in like the 4 hours anyway.
fair.
Gotcha.
So,
Mm.
Aldrich does his own thing. I'll talk to him after the session for that. But you make your way over towards the warehouse that you've learned Krenko is hiding out in. And while you're outside of it, what do you do? We're just gonna run through this quickly because you have keen mind, which means you can perfectly describe everything that happens in this warehouse to everybody else. So we're just gonna play it through as if everyone was there.
There is one other thing that would have been worth considering, just because I don't know everybody else's situations. In that downtime, what was Kai doing?
I ran into kind of like the first district a little bit and went to a magic shop.
Okay,
And
because
he would have been alone for that.
you're probably the only one that Escher would have actually asked you to come with him.
I would have declined.
Okay.
Yeah, he had his own kind of important thing to take care
Okay.
of that has happened.
Okay, that was the only thing. If needed be, I could have waited, but that's fine. So, I mean, how busy is this warehouse? Is it like in an abandoned part of is there like a map so I can get a vibe of what we're dealing with?
Yes, so in Discord you should have the transit map. It's a pinned message in the general channel.
Oh, okay. Oh, I meant like the warehouse itself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I will move you to that now. So what you do, you are able to get there. It takes you like a solid hour and a half of travel just because you're not really in the same part of the city. But after about an hour and a half, you're able to get to the general area of the warehouse. Which I will activate. Also, on your characters tab, you should now have access to a familiar.
Oh.
What was our plan again?
Escher was scouting out the area, trying to look for a way in or like any kind of information we can get about the warehouse.
Can you put my token somewhere so I can see? Like on the street? Preferably, I guess. Oh, Jesus Christ! This is a big map.
So I'm gonna say you send your
No vision.
weasel...
No vision.
Vision.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Worth noting also, I'm using the stat block of a weasel. It is not a weasel.
Okay, but I'm giving you a weasel because you're
Oh,
using
yeah.
the stat block of a weasel.
Yeah, it's the most convenient beast that I could steal it from. But yeah, I can if you give me the permissions, I can change the token at some point. I can.
You are an owner of that token. I already told you that.
Dude, I don't know. Do you know how many times I've been a player in Foundry? 4. And every one of them has been in this campaign.
Yeah, so you should be master by now. But so you are on the street surrounding. From a metagame perspective, I didn't make a street for this map. I just made the warehouse.
Okay. So, is there are there windows or any in this building?
There are no windows. There are some,
No.
but they are all
Perfect.
completely boarded up.
No, that's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. So, you said they're boarded up?
They are boarded up.
So, Escher would probably go to the backmost window, like, himself. Like, he would kind of go around the back of the building. And is there any, like, boarded up windows there?
So, one thing to note, this is along a canal street. So the back of it actually leads out into the canal, and there's no real way to get on there without being on a boat.
Okay, then then a side.
On the side,
Just
yeah. So
somewhere out of view.
So on the side, towards the back, you are able to. I will move you around to the window you're at. Okay. Weasel Boy is over here. The stat block that is being used as a weasel, but is not actually a weasel.
So, if that is the case, then what Escher would probably do is he would kind of like make himself comfortable and kind of sit down next to the wall, and he would just very quietly go, "All right, friends, your time to shine." And he would pull out his only weapon, which is his dagger, and drag it along his palm and slice it open and hold it out, and instead of blood, there would just be this thick green-yellow mucus that just seeps out of the wound onto the ground in front of him. And after a few, probably after like a couple seconds, actually, how long is this? After about a minute of letting that pour out of himself, he would kind of, he'd burn it, like probably even burn one of his only spells, and reseal the wound, and he'd pick up the little hunk of jelly that has seeped out of his wound and go, "All right, just like when we're hiding experiments, you know the confirmation. Go on then." And the ooze would kind of take on this long, almost snake-like appearance and slither through the cracks in the boarded-up window inside the building. And he would close his eyes, and immediately their senses would connect to each other.
All right, so it slithers through and kind of forms on the other side of this boarded up window, and it's just barely able to eke through since it is like so heavily boarded, but with the small cracks while it's forming, it's able to slither through, and then it forms into this small beast on the other side, made out of this seeping green goo. And just to start, I'm gonna need it to make a stealth roll.
Alrighty. So... normal, right? No advantage or anything?
Just a normal stealth roll. Unless the Weasel stat block has some feature that I'm not aware of.
Actually,
better.
What I am gonna... let me just check something really quick. Do I have this prepped? I don't. Fuck. Sorry, I just want to double check my spells. 'Cause technically, I can cast spells on this thing, so...
Yes, you can cast spells with that as the origin point.
So, no, what I was actually going to do is, I'm going to do this real quick, as I'm making it, and I'm going to, since, it's a little ooze, I am going to allow all of its little cellular processes to happen faster, and literally make it faster. So, now, let me see, can I... how do I target this thing? I forgot that you...
Wait. Does this thing require sight?
That's up to you.
No, I mean, that spell, do you need to be able to see the target? Because if we're having it where you form it and it's able to get through, like, it is too large once it's formed to get through the window. So I'm letting you form it on the other side of the window, basically. But if you need to be able to see it to cast the spell on it, you won't be able to do that.
Yeah, it's a touch spell, so... I figured at some point it would be touching me, but... I mean, that's fine. It only had a d4, so it's not that big a deal.
So the option is either break off one of the boards on the window and give it the spell, or let it form on the other side, but it doesn't have the touch spell.
No, it's not that important. It would have just been a d4. And... oh my fucking god! Really?
Yeah, so it's like skittering around a little bit, and it kind of like claws itself together as it's going. But you're able, as you kind of transfer your senses into this thing, you do also hear around. This thing sounds like some of the other rats that you like. Now that you see it, like you see there's rats kind of scrambling around. There's lots of commotion going on in here. You're able to see multiple goblins moving around. Some of them are talking, moving some crates, arguing with each other, and right as like it starts to get its bearings, you hear like the twang of an arrow right next to it, and it kind of like looks around scared for a second, and you realize that it comes out right on the other side of a like a archery target, and one of the goblins is currently practicing archery, and it didn't notice your familiar, but it did land an arrow just a few inches in front of it.
Okay, now we do have a bit of a problem. But let me reread one thing real quick.
And you know what? Since you're relaying this with keen mind, for the sake of this scene, I'm gonna give everybody viewer permission of this right now.
Did not realize that they didn't have that.
Yeah.
All right.
I think everybody should actually be able to see it now.
No.
No, because they don't have vision.
Also, no.
I
Oh,
can't.
okay, 1 second.
Negatory Ghost Rider.
You can continue, Vinny. I'm just gonna fix this real fast.
Hold on. I'm reading. So, okay. So the psychic link I have with my colony breaks if it goes if we're more than 100 feet apart. However, it can still keep its form. And oh, I just went blind. And now,
Yep,
now
because
I'm back.
Now I see Zach.
I was changing it to the one that everybody had limited observation of.
So is it fair to say that I can see everything here?
It is.
Like-
You see, there's like multiple torch sconces on the walls that are all burning. It is a very well lit room. Pretty much the only thing you can't see is there's a room over here that is completely. I think I can. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
there's a
Oh,
room
I
over
see
there
it. I
that's
see the
like
door.
completely blocked off, so it's closed.
Here, right?
There are two different doors leading into that. You can't see through it.
Are these stairs real?
That is a real set of stairs that seems to lead down into, you're not sure what yet, but it does lead down somewhere.
So I'm gonna telepathically. I mean, we share thoughts, so like that it already knows this. But Escher starts thinking that he needs the colony to move down and go like along the wall down those stairs, and that's gonna break our link. So it's got to go quick, see what's down there, and then come back, and so I can read its thoughts again and find out what's down there.
All right, give me another stealth check as you are going to be running past this this goblin who's practicing archery. Even as you scrabble along the walls, you're gonna have to give a stealth check to see how well you can blend in for it to not notice you.
There we go.
20 contested by its passive perception, which is
I better not be 20.
not 20. So it's able to kind of like scrabble. It kind of like changes its shape a little bit to be more rat-like. It's still kind of like this weird green figure, but it kind of looks a bit more rat-like. It maybe gets like a half glance from the goblin, but it doesn't seem to pay much attention to it. So you should be able to like move your guy.
Yeah, so the thing is, hold on. Once it gets to here, let me just. That's where my link with it breaks, and I have to trust it.
That's 100 feet?
Yep.
Okay. So, for the sake of it's going to relay some of this to you, let's just... which brings it to... Escher, I think you should see a new map now.
It's loading. No, I can't see anything. I can see
That
a
is
very tiny little space.
That is because it is very dark. There do not seem to be any lights below. So it kind of scrabbles down this staircase. It goes out for just like a few meters, and then it decides, ah, fuck, I can't see anything, and scrabbles back up the stairs.
It doesn't have eyes. It can't see anyway.
It's using the weasel stat block. It has sight. You guys are really liking this new ping feature.
Alrighty.
Mostly me.
Then I want to see if it can. Alright, so is it going to come back within range of the
Yeah, so it like runs back to where it split off.
Okay, then once I kind of feel it come back and I kind of can pick and I can register like, okay, I have no way to tell what's down there. It's light. It's depending too much on its lights and optics right now, and I don't like that. I'll breed that out of it later. So I'm gonna see if it can fit under that door.
That will also break your link with it, correct?
Yes. So that's what I'm going to tell him. So the specifics is I can communicate with it. I'm specifically going to tell it, get under that door and into that room, and if you can't, go down that grate.
All right, so it is going to. Now that you're closer, it's kind of hard to see on that, but it is actually a curtain separating this. It's not a full door, so it's able to scrabble underneath. I'm going to need it to give one more stealth check as it goes into this new area.
Yeah, 23.
All right. It scrabbles under. It takes a quick look around, sees 3 goblins in this kind of room with a small trapdoor, kind of like large table with some food on it. Like 2 of the goblins are snacking and talking, but without your connection to it, it can't really understand the language or relay it back to you. It just relays back that they are talking, and then it scrabbles back outside of that curtain. And are you commanding it to come back to you or go through that grate?
Because it was able to get in, then yeah, it would have been to come back.
Okay. So it kind of comes back into range. You feel as you get that knowledge once again of like, okay, there are more goblins in there. It's a nicer room. They're talking. It seems to be more of like an office, but you couldn't make out the conversation because this thing doesn't quite comprehend language.
Yeah, that doesn't that tracks. That doesn't surprise me at all, but that's fine. Now I mostly just want to see one last thing with the little fucker because I got to see how this ability works because it's very similar to a spell, but because it is different. Okay. Yeah. Nope. That's different. Okay. Okay. Okay, when it drops to 0. Okay. So I'm going to tell it when it gets back one last command. I want it to go down that grate. I want it to just slither down that grate, and if it's not back in 5 minutes, I'm gonna dispel the colony. So they'll split up. They won't coalesce anymore, but they'll come back to me, and then I'm leaving.
Can you dispel a familiar when it's out of range?
Yep.
Okay. In that case, it does slither down that grate, and after about 5 minutes, you feel as like this green goop kind of like leaks up out of the ground around you and returns to you, just like seeping through the dirt in the cobblestones. It did not seem able to climb its way back up that grate once it went down it.
Alright, we'll deal with that later. Just keep the memory in your nuclei.
And with that, that is about the scouting that you're able to get in your downtime. And
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
believe you're able to relay all of that perfectly to everyone. So that is what Krenko's hideout warehouse currently looks like to everybody. As you all meet up in the market, and once everybody's there, Escher starts relaying what he's found out to you all.
That was
Also,
quite the
welcome back, Aldrich.
description.
What can I say?
Hello.
I have a good memory.
Avro doesn't get much of that as he's still holding this ball thing.
Wait a second. You know where he is?
Who is? We can't just use pronouns.
Yes, Clara, this is what we spent the past 2 days doing.
And you actually found him?
Yes, my connections are quite good.
Oh,
We're still using pronouns.
As we all know, this is a conservative man. Pronouns are banned around him.
All these damn
Even know what
liberals with their
pronouns are.
pronouns.
Yeah. Give me a second because I'm doing something real quick. I do apologize though. There is an aspect of their lair that I was that I was unable to properly ascertain. When my colony takes on a more physical form, it requires more on physical senses to find its way around. And apparently, I've got the optic sensors down a little too well, but nevertheless, there might be one other option for us.
Go on.
There was what would you call it? A grate in the floor that could yield another entrance or exit to the facility. However, hold on, sorry. I got a email. And as it would happen, I could potentially try to figure out what was down there, and I forgot about that until now. Huh. Perhaps my memory's not as good as I thought. Hold on a second. There we go.
We were warned that they would try escaping through the sewers. Perhaps if we could find an entrance to them at some location nearby, we could use it to sneak in.
What
Well,
about
I can only imagine for a group of goblins and the like that the sewer entrance would be equally as guarded as the overworlds.
Wait, what
Indeed. Isn't that where the Golgari house their undead?
Well, they're usually a bit more deep than that. A couple 100 yards deeper. Well, the catacombs have entrances further up, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's the catacombs, not the sewer. Never mind.
Yeah, there are lots of entrances to the Undercity through the sewers, but the sewers tend to be guildless and Izzet territory for the most part.
Well,
Hold
I
on.
suppose a plan of action is in order. Clara, do you have any input to give in your time?
I mean, I'm just kind of impressed you guys already found it. Here I thought I was gonna have to do all the work. Well,
Continue.
anyway, I talked to my parents after they told me that I was adopted, and
Wait, what? You are what?
Anyway, I don't know if you recall the whole thing, but they were hunting Krenko a long time ago, and then they may have accidentally killed my parents. But you know, it's okay, kinda. Anyway, I was asking them how to find Krenko, and they kind of were like, "Well, we don't know anymore," which wasn't a lot of help. But I found out that, you know, my parents could still be alive. But more importantly, that Krenko, now get this, ready? So us goblins, we usually don't live very long, right? Well, Krenko apparently is like almost 200 years old.
Yes,
You don't sound shocked.
we already
I
knew
think
this.
we knew that.
Well, guys, you're just ruining all my thunder.
Oh, sorry. Gasp!
Well,
Egad!
My word.
one thing if we could stop the curse thing, then he'll probably just end up dead, and then my family could be safe, and I could be safe.
I have a feeling the spell Remove Curse is not going to work
Well-
if it's been active for 200 years.
No, we gotta go to Rex Madi, and we gotta find the woman whose name is this.
This is... I'm not
Is-
familiar.
Is Hekara, because she's the one that has the control over all of my potential family, and even potentially me.
There we go.
Now, just an observation. I think Krenko is still an easier target, seeing as just one spell from this Blood Witch has granted him 200 years of immortality, and you are saying, go kill the spellcaster that made this.
No. I'm saying we need to find him and figure out how to stop the curse, because we gotta save all the people that he hurt in the past. And if he dies along the way, well, so be it.
I still think we go capture him.
I'm sorry, your name arguing lost me. Do we have new data to operate off of or not?
Blood curse, we know who caused it.
A blood curse and also something about Clara not having control over herself?
Does the knowledge of this blood curse benefit us in any manner?
It explains some things. Perhaps we should anticipate some strange powers from Krenko that we were not before. Perhaps some extra precautions may be taken. However, I still think going after Krenko is our target today.
Oh yeah,
I
we are.
agree. I need answers. As she puts her hands on her hips and tries to look menacing.
And we've known that was kind of the plan to go after him today, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And Zach? You said we had a long rest before this.
Yes, so you're at full spell slots and.
Can I
uses
switch
of
one of them out then?
abilities. Yes, you can also prepare new spells if you can do that.
Yeah, there's one that I don't think. Fuck! I did tell Connor I'd keep him safe. I don't care about Fox that much.
That's fair. That's valid.
And we knew that he's like 200 years old, right?
Yes.
You had learned that. He's been in and out of custody for well over 100 years.
Okay.
So that is one of the known oddities with Krenko. Aldrich, undo that. You are hungry, you do not get to recharge your item.
Okay.
And
Aldrich, you look quite famished. Don't worry, there'll be plenty to feast on soon.
But
You still get all the benefits of a long rest, you
hold
just don't
on,
get your
everyone.
recharge.
If you see any goblins in there that look like me, you can't kill them because they might be my parents.
So
I'm confused. Don't they all look like you?
I was about to say the same thing, but I'm attuning to something, so I'm not really paying attention.
I also pointed to a goblin that's running, that's like in the market, just going like that one.
You guys, come on! That's pretty mean.
So Clara, what you are saying is, you go in your pink bodysuit as a distraction first while we sneak in through the sewers.
It worked.
Do you
once.
do you truly believe there might be a Do you truly believe there might be a goblin in there with blood relation to you?
Well, yeah, because my parents worked for Krenko. Were you not listening, mister? Okay, I'll restart. So, my
Just quiet now.
parents-
Hold on. Now,
Clara,
just
Clara,
Don't move. This will only take a minute. And Escher would kind of just go and like take one of her ears and kind of like lift it up, and like he would, you would see like in his head, like using one of his like his thumb, he'd be like measuring the ears, and he goes, "Turn around, please." And he would start. He would. Can I do like a medicine check for this? Because he's taking all of her measurements and stuff to try and to like that way he can actually find the goblins that look the most like her.
Sure, give me a medicine check. To
Dope.
see if you can learn how to be less racist towards goblins.
He just doesn't. He doesn't. No, like it's genuine. It's genuine. Like in order to figure, if we don't know what they look like, he needs as many medical details as possible, or like anything that would be like genetic that he could identify in another goblin. Besides, like, because even with people, like saying they look similar doesn't mean they're related. He's looking for something that would tell if they're related or not.
Fair enough. So you note all of the major features: ear length, nose length, facial shape, hair color, anything you think that might help identify a familial tie to Clara.
See, I'm just imagining this as she's still going off on her little stories. He's just taking all these measurements, almost like what do you call it? I don't know, but I'll think like as if she was like getting fitted for a suit or something like that, just trying to find all this stuff. And once she's done, he would just look down at her and go, "All right, well, hopefully you have enough identifying genetic markers that I could identify, given enough time, any goblins with a blood relation to you. Also, you need to eat more citrus fruit. Your gums are terrible."
Well, no shit, Sherlock. Just kidding, he doesn't swear. No duh, mister.
What's a citrus?
I could.
What? Anyway, back to me sneaking in. I mean, not that I ever wanted to join Krenko's gang. I wanted to stay as far and far away as I could, but if we think it could get us an in, then maybe.
So you're simply saying you walk up, knock on the door, and be like, "Hi, I think my parents are here. I would like to meet them and join your gang."
I mean, maybe.
Then, while they are processing you and distracted, we go in, beat the snot out of a few of them, and hopefully your parents will be distracted enough by the return of their child that's a few combatants taken out of the equation.
And what do we do if they just slam the door in her face?
Then we just do our normal plan as usual.
I will also warn you, there are
convincing. Wink,
there's also
wink,
quite a
wink.
few of them in there.
Okay, I just want to point out that if this plan is contingent on you meeting your parents in there, you can't also be like, I can be convincing by seducing them.
No, I know. I know.
They would see the pink bodysuit and immediately be like, "Yep, that's her."
Daddy issues.
Escher, real quick, did you mention to us that there were ballistas inside?
Yeah, oh yeah, no, like, he would have gone over every single detail on that map in excruciating detail.
Yeah, and I'm gonna open my eyes and turn to Escher just for a moment and be like, I could likely take down one of the ballistas as soon as we get inside.
Oh, also, guys,
I wouldn't worry about that.
Check this out as she whips around her flamethrower, and everyone noticed it's slightly less falling apart, but just a little bit better.
Clara, you finally screwed in a few of the screws.
Yeah, I got some mods on this bad boy.
What is that?
Oh, this is my flamethrower.
Escher would just kind of look to Kai and go, and like quietly, "You let her use that?"
Clara, why are there smiley faces drawn on it?
Well, I mean, sometimes it does malfunction, but we're working on it. It's okay.
You'd be surprised how good she is at blowing things up.
Do you think you could all be just a bit
I was
more
going to
quiet?
say
I'm
without
trying to
party
focus.
There's usually some party casualty.
Aldrich, I would say you lead us to the most discreet entrance you found. Then Clara will go in and...
Oh, he didn't come with me. I was on my own. Well, not on my own, but...
Yeah, sure. You lead us to the most discreet entrance. We will need to get there without being noticed, hopefully. But
Well, there is...
Clara will go to the front door and simply knock.
There is the slight complication of unless any of you can assume an amorphous form, which I can, I don't suppose there's really going to be any other entrances for you but the front door. I do apologize for the inconvenience, but then again, I suppose that isn't, from what I've seen, that's not as incongruous of a question as I might have thought. Can any of you assume an amorphous form?
Well, considering disguise self is basically the same as polymorph, I can.
Doesn't disguise self require that you stay your same size, though?
Disguise self is not the same as
Yeah.
polymorph, Chief.
I think
Major
just
criticism.
hear me out. I think he might have been attempting a joke.
Kai learns humor.
Well, you said there were boarded up windows, correct?
There are. There's.
Just
I can
Stand up and point the
guarantee.
big minotaur.
Or I just light some of these bad boys and throw them in.
Actually, wait. How many bombs do you have right now?
4.
Wasn't the plan to not kill the residents within?
Remember, we can't kill Krenko. We have to bring him back alive, but with none of his limbs.
He has a blood
Yes, that
pressure.
would be
worry about.
preferable. Without the mutilation, if it could be helped.
Simply put, Clara is a distraction. We take her bombs, we set them up, we explode a hole in the wall, and we break in through that.
AIDS.
If she is okay with me finding genetic similarities in goblins post-mortem, that could be an efficient plan.
We can't like set them and detonate them. But they go.
You gotta hold the pin and throw it.
We can make use of it. I still think we go in through one of the boarded windows. We have big, strong minotaur here who can tear it down.
If you're so interested, I could always try to get more information on what lies below through those grates. It could be another source of entry.
If you would please, for the second time, try talking just a bit quieter. I'm trying to focus.
Oh, I can fix that if you would like. It won't damage your hearing at all.
I would like to
I think-
imagine Fox just looks over and it's like, how the hell did you get that?
Ask Kai, focusing.
Well, do you think you said there was some sort of trap door? Is there an exit that they might run away from and we should maybe cover that too?
Not a trapdoor, just a grate in the flooring. I'm not sure if it's removable or not, but there are stairs that lead to a lower chamber within the building. I was unable to tell what lied beyond it, though. I have a feeling what lies beyond that grate might be the same, but as stated, I could always check if you would like. If not, the original plan might be the most efficient. So, are we going to be using the goblin as a distraction then?
I do believe that is the plan.
Okay, be right back. And she runs away. And I would just imagine Kai would like grab her arm and be like, no bodysuit.
Come again?
Oh, he will.
Oh,
Oh!
Fox is just leaving. That's enough. We're done. Planning over.
So,
And
shall we...
yes, we shall.
Okay.
I'm afraid I'll need about 10 more minutes or so.
Might I ask what it is you're doing that requires such silence?
I thought we've been bickering for about 10 minutes anyway.
yeah. I would say that right around the time that you're all like getting up to go, Tavro, you kind of like hear a voice in your head, and Aldrich, you've been seeing these like purple hues around everybody all day. You suddenly see a burst of purple energy around Tavro for just a few moments, and you just hear in your head, Tavro, second.
He is doing is making use of something we acquired on our previous travels. It will only...
Holy shit!
Finally, you listen to my call. So, child, you seek power.
And is that in my mind?
Yes, only you can hear me.
Holy shit! Okay, sorry. I'm sorry.
Are you in my mind?
Tavro just shits a giant cow.
Cow pie.
I've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
You know, that's fantastic because it's I think I should extend it.
You who seeks the path of the giants, who seeks to become one with the great worms who tunnel under the earth. Will you serve in exchange for power?
Who is this exactly?
I am Cordeth, your new god.
And what power do you speak of?
You have sought the path of giants. That is my domain, and I am the one who can grant control over it.
They're saying I can continue to use this power, but not go insane like the others I've met or know of.
If you serve me, you may become a cleric of worms, and harness the power rather than succumb to it.
Sorry, I just it's still fucking horrifying. Anyway, sorry, I'm thinking.
Oh, bro, you look troubled. Are you ready to go?
I say nothing back.
As Kai just grins and goes, "They bonded."
You knew there was a god in this fucking thing.
Is he okay? I noticed he's acting a little funny.
No.
Yeah, all right.
It looks like he like the blood has drained out of his face, and you see as he's just like focusing on this thing in his hands after telling you all to be quiet enough times. And Aldrich, you looking at him, you're so starved for psychic connection right now. You can like almost start to hear little bits and pieces of this conversation, but even though you can like kind of hear a voice coming through and this little psychic conversation, it's all in a language that you do not understand. Tavro, everything that has been said to you so far
In giant
has been in giant.
Yep. All right. Sorry. I'm just formulating words. You know, this is not easy for me. Now I'll just say back. Power at what cost?
You will feed me. I need strong emotions to grow stronger and rebuild my body into a great worm once more. Your rage is delicious, and the fear it causes, even more so. Spread such emotions while calling upon my strength, and that is what I ask of you.
Well, shit. How was I already going to be doing that? I'll just go. This sounds like a fair deal. I accept.
The pact is formed. When I have been fed enough, I shall grant you my divine strength.
And with that, you feel the like psychic connection kind of tether as you're snapped back into reality, and everybody's voices that have kind of just been sounding like mumbles around you, you can like now hear as they're like chatting around. Escher's kind of like staring into your eyes, trying to get your attention. The others are kind of listening. You just see Kai like kind of like with this wild Joker like grin staring at you as this happens, and on his shoulder you can see the faint outline of what looks like a very angry spectral dragon.
Oh.
Can we all see that?
Only Tavro.
Oh.
But as soon as I come to, I'm just gonna be like, is there something you want from me, Escher?
And you see he just has an empty syringe in his hand and goes, "Well, you seem to have recovered, so not anymore." And he slides it back into one of his healer's kits. And he just kind of looks up to you and goes, "Yes, your pupils are back to their normal size, the color is returning to your face, and your hair is back to its normal composure. Is everything alright?"
Yes, sorry. I was actually just, thinking about something that, the millstone owner was talking to me about.
Well,
A
now
bit
that you're
troubling.
back, I can use a much smaller needle. You might want to close your eyes for this part.
I think I'll pass, thank you very much.
No, I don't think you understand. I have to do this.
Why?
Well, if you have been infected by the plague, we need. The only thing that will tell me that immediately would be a sample of your blood.
And I'll just be like, oh, wait, hold on. Okay.
Asher would take he would go through his healer's kit and pull out his little tiny butterfly needle, and he would take Tavro's hand and go, "You're a very brave boy." And he would take a little sample of his blood, and it's normal. I assume it's normal blood, right?
This is you've never operated on a Minotaur before, but this seems to be normal Minotaur blood.
I mostly because Asher thinks that he might have the plague and that this could be a psychic effect of it, so he's making sure that there's nothing crystalline in his blood.
There is nothing crystalline in his blood. It is like it's a little darker than a human's, but other than that, it's normal. And
Well, good news, Tavro.
You might like
You
chalk that up to him just being a Minotaur.
Yeah. The good news is that if you do, that you don't appear to have any sort of ailment. The bad news is that if you have contracted the plague, it means I can no longer tell.
Well, thank you, Dr. Escher, for that for that eye-opening information.
Do you have any memory of the past few minutes?
I believe so. Why? How long has it been?
Several minutes. Your pupils were rather dilated, the conformation of the hair on your back and face changed drastically, and your mouth kind of just hung agape as, well, not unlike a corpse. We were a little concerned about you.
Apologies. Again, like I said, the Minotaur, who's the owner of the millstone, told me some concerning news. I was just ruminating upon it. Perhaps I was ruminating a bit farther than I meant to.
Does this happen to you frequently?
Clara, why are you running around in that?
She's zooming.
Is this a common occurrence for you?
Excuse me, fellows, but it appears our goblin is having a sugar high. Perhaps we best get going before she starts breaking stuff.
I would like to make sure the Minotaur doesn't die before we get there, if it's alright with you.
I assure you, it's fine. Even if he dies, I'll just bring him back.
At a price, I assume?
Oh no. If you don't agree to pay for it, I'll just bring you back as a zombie.
I'll pay.
Just, we do need to be going, but try not to think so hard next time.
Yeah, I'll just turn to Escher and go, no, I do not typically do that, but yes, I am fine.
Just, don't hurt yourself with those thoughts.
Yeah.
Look,
They're
it's the
very
psychic energy around me.
Me too. Same.
No, except mine's purple, which is what Psychic is colored. Yeah.
All right, so
All right. So, what would everybody like to do?
yeah, I think we're going to the place.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna go and try to fuck.
Go beat up some goblins, shall we?
Gladly.
Well, aren't we using one of our goblin as bait slash distraction?
Yes.
Fiery unsafe distraction.
Let's get you all. So, you're all going to be technically on the street, but I don't have a street for this map.
I gotcha.
I kind of just made the warehouse.
Yeah.
So, you're going to be in a little bit of a void. But
Okay.
I
before
promise
we,
it's a
before we go
cobblestone
in-
street.
Kai,
like-
can I talk to you in the other chat for a second?
Well, I'm in a room with 4 other people, but sure.
Oh yeah, okay. Fuck it. But on the way here, I want to kind of like get Kai and just like stay back a little bit from everyone else, and be like, I believe it worked, though that's not exactly what I was expecting.
I thought that's what might have happened. I warned you
Yes.
there was great power within that would try to take over.
Yes, I see that now. I'm fine though, but I must ask, what is that thing on your shoulder?
What you can you see it?
And you can't really anymore, but you could for a minute.
Well, yeah, what was that thing on your shoulder? I mean, I go, yeah, for a minute or so after I finished, sorry.
Gross.
Yeah, it sounds like I just came into the fireplace that was there. Anyway, for a moment there, I could have sworn I saw a small, scaly figure upon you. Is that normal? Should I be worried?
I should be. I probably should not be so surprised that you saw it. That is Maralathia. She does not take physical form very often, but she has been accompanying me for some time now. It is no shock to the rest of the group.
Oh, I was only asking because it seemed displeased with me.
That it was.
Very well, alright.
Yes, I realize.
But you're fine, correct?
Oh, sorry. Yes, I am fine. As Maralathia will be too. However, she warned me against this, but I thought it only fair to leave the decision in your hands.
Well,
Now,
I appreciate your trust, and I believe, from what I was told, it seems like the only price of this is doing what I was going to do anyway. So, right now, I don't see a particular downside.
There he is.
Exactly. I would love to see where this can take all of us.
Indeed. Now, I must urinate. Farewell.
Right. So, as Tavro
Wait,
goes into
hold
an alley to... Oh, go ahead.
Before we get too close to the door, Clara's gonna do that. Okay, guys, here, and she pulls out 2 of the grenades and gives one to Fox and one to Giddy and says, "Okay, now these can be really dangerous, so only use it in an emergency, okay?
Okay.
Pinky promise." What? You take your pinky and you do.
Yeah, but
Gosh. Anyway, and she hands each of them one of the grenades.
how much is the grenade?
Okay, so the grenade, so you can throw it up to 40 feet. When you throw it, you make a DC check, or a dexterity check. And then each creature within 20 feet of it makes a dexterity saving throw or takes 5d6 piercing damage. And a half on a fail. Or half on a fail.
And if you fail the dexterity check before that,
It
blows up in your
blows
hand.
up in your hand.
I'll pass, thank you.
Why give you one?
No, thank you. I have my own means of defending myself, but thank you.
So, over the next hour and a half, you make your way down Tin Street to where it crosses with Foundry Street. And then you start walking your way down there. As you go further south, just as in the previous few days, the labs and warehouses and markets change to mostly just warehouses as you come along a canal and make your way further down, where more and more buildings seem to be abandoned. And as you get closer to the place that was told to you by Fallish and where Escher you visited the day before, you do see as you are approaching the warehouse, and for the most part the streets are fairly empty. It's about 11 in the morning now, and there are like some people going back and forth, mostly paying no mind. You do see that most of the people going back and forth are goblins of some sort. But they don't seem to pay you any mind as you go.
Fox and Escher, were you having that conversation out loud, or were you trying to make it just between the two of you?
No, I would have been saying it out loud. I have no reason not to trust the rest of you.
I'll go to Fox and be like, if you're trying to think of a way to get rid of a ballista, assuming I'm close enough, I could get rid of one of them right away.
I also think it would be rather foolish for those creatures to use one of those indoors.
These are goblin gangsters.
Not known for their intelligence, though. I'm not much.
Hey!
I'm not much to say that. You're not a gangster.
Well, first off, there is, by a vote, I say we simply decide on the plan. Option 1, we depend on Clara going in and prevent distraction. She must make sure the entrance door is unlocked, and then after a brief period of time, once we think they're thoroughly distracted, we simply walk in the front door. Alternative, we send her in, again, as a distraction, but we break in through one of the windows.
I agree.
Can I do some kind of check to determine how long I think it would take the Minotaur to break through a boarded up window?
You like scouted out pretty well yesterday. Like it's just normal wooden boards. So he has a spear. It's not exactly the best for breaking through windows.
Hands. I was thinking bare hands and horns. Like literally to just pull the boards off or like bust them down.
That's what I was thinking too. I do also have a glaive, if that sounds better.
I also have magic fist.
I also have a flask of oil.
Fire.
That's not for the windows.
It is non-magical wooden boards on the windows. Like basically any of the melee-focused characters or someone casting a fire spell at it would be able to take it out in one round of combat.
Okay, then maybe if we can get them down that quick, then I suppose
one thing
we could
to
try
note
that.
though is they're fairly small windows. Like Tavro definitely couldn't fit through one. Most of the humanoids, it would be a stretch to get through. Like out of your party, Clara's probably the only one who can like easily go through a window. The rest of you would be like squeezing through.
I was not made aware of that. Door it is.
and visible.
Yes.
What?
Then plan A. Clara goes in, distracts, and tries to make sure the front door is unlocked, and then we go in a few minutes later.
Yes.
I don't know if I'll be able to get it unlocked.
You just simply need to distract them long enough for us to open.
Indeed. And if you come into any problems while in there, just scream and we'll come in immediately.
Just scream out, "My long lost parents," something to that effect. And then just go up and hug one of them.
I feel like that last part's not necessary.
It will ensure that they don't attack her, probably, for at least a few seconds.
You know that you're the gambling man.
All right,
Well?
so Clara, since it seems you're the one who's going in first.
Bop. I'm gonna pat her on the head and be like, "Well, good luck, little one."
What is that?
You targeted yourself with that.
Okay, I keep forgetting that targeting actually matters. Hold on.
Yeah, so one thing to note, we tested this out with Brian earlier. Targeting no longer requires you to press T. You can just
You can
click
just
on
click
your
on
ally.
him.
No,
Oh, really?
Which is actually real nice.
Oh wait, there we go. I think I gave it to her.
Looks
wait.
like yep.
Nope. Fox did.
Fox
He beat
did,
me to
but
it.
it's good enough.
How do I? Is there an easy way to stop concentrating since you have it as an effect?
Right click, toggle off.
Yeah, okay.
Ah, interesting.
Well, obviously,
Actually,
it's
wait,
two
I might
different
have
spells, so both
I
can
do
apply.
have a way to toggle it off of you. Yeah, I can toggle it off
Also,
whenever I
Connor,
want.
I'm gonna suggest you get a little bit closer to the rest of the party.
You guys are also really close to the door. You should be like around the corner.
There's like no windows though, so it's fine.
But if they peek out the door,
Yeah, let's get like
6 people just standing there like the Scooby Doo gang, like, oh, Clara, you can do it. Oh, Clara, no.
Bye, Clara. Hope you find your dad.
Can't see around the side though.
yeah. Just put yourself up, and we'll just say that we're behind that wall.
Close, and then you can come around.
Yeah.
Also, if we're here, how are we gonna know if the door is unlocked or not?
We listen.
For what?
Hearing it.
I'm pretty sure the door's gonna be locked, so just prepare for
We
that.
also have a door lock specialist.
Do we?
Yes, you are.
You're a rogue.
Oh yeah.
Katie always forgets what she is. Okay, so Clark walks up to the door and goes, okay, and then does a knock like a da 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 as she knocks on the door.
Alright, 1 second. Let me just...
Start combat music real quick.
Roll!
It's not combat music, it is just not quite as relaxing as the Journey
Immediately an
soundtrack.
arrow lodges Clara in the throat.
Can cinematic instrumental ambient music.
So you kind of like do this little rasp on the door, and after a few seconds, you see as like you hear a latch go on the other side of the door, and a goblin pushes it open and just looks down at you. He's like a few inches taller than you, and you see as he's holding like this large axe, and he just goes, "What are you doing here?"
Well, hi there, mister. I'm looking to join the group.
And he just looks you up and down, and he goes, "This ain't an after-school club, kiddo. I think you got the wrong place."
No, please, sir. So actually, my parents used to be part of this gang, and I really wanna, join the family biz and get involved and help out my fellow goblins.
Give me a persuasion check.
Add the D4.
As
Add
it's
the
just going.
D4. Add the D4.
Actually, persuasion or deception, because you're both telling the truth and lying. So it's up to you which one you're kind of focusing on.
This stupid. Hold on, I hate this thing. Okay, wait. What am I? Got it. Well, let's see. I have a -1 in both, so it doesn't matter.
You still gotta choose one and roll it.
Guidance.
Guidance.
Ooh.
And he kind of looks down at you and goes, "What are your parents' names?"
Well, you see, about that, I actually got separated from them when I was young because they left me on the street to go off with the gang, so I was left to fend for myself.
And he just looks down at you, sighs, kind of like grabs you by the shoulder and goes, "All right, you want to join the gang? You're talking to the big boss." And he just kind of like pulls you in and shuts the door behind you.
That was her dad.
Clara, you are pretty sure this is not your dad.
How could she really know that, though?
Immediately upon seeing Krenko, she feels a bond.
Oh no!
All right, the second the door closes, I just want to
Sorry.
just want to snap my finger, then point at Giddy and be like,
Clara walks in and Krenko goes,
Yeah.
"Clara, it's been a long time."
As he spins around in a swivel chair with a white hat.
"You
So,
called me on the day of my daughter's return."
This goblin who kind of like grabs your shoulder, he starts walking you towards the. You see that there's like a room over to the side, and he starts walking you over and says, "All right, you got to talk to the boss if you want to join the gang." Are you like resisting, or are you just following him?
She's gonna be like following, but like obviously making it seem like he's still like in control, kind of. Like she's not like running. Okay, I'll go talk to him.
Sure. So yeah, he just kind of like leads you down, and he shouts, "Hey, Bolus, go guard the door. We got a recruit apparently." And you see as one of the other goblins like puts down a crate that he was carrying and walks over to the front door.
Oh no.
If you would like to give a sleight of hand check, you can attempt to pick the lock on the door.
I shall.
And
What's the
you
next
see
game?
as this goblin leads you up to kind of this room and goes, "Hey, boss, got someone for you." And he kind of like pushes you into the room, comes in and shuts the door behind him, and then goes, "Says her parents used to work for you, but doesn't know who her parents are."
Do I get guidance?
That's all I got. And as you look around this room of 3 other paternal-looking male figures,
Oof.
so we will get to that in a second. But first, Clara, so you look around and you see there's like 3 goblins who are all kind of like sitting around just having a meal right now.
What do you mean I get it all?
There's no D20.
No, so when you use the guidance thing, it like shows up multiple times for like us, like it happened for me. Like it went to the GM, and then it only showed
Yeah.
out the bottom one.
It takes the higher of the D20 roll or the guidance roll.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Pat, there is a D. That's what the 3 is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just wasn't great. So, kinda shoves you in, and as he explains this to the goblins in there, you see there's 3 goblins. One who's kind of just like off to the side, and you see as he's like kind of like cradling and talking to a skull in his lap. He doesn't like even seem to really acknowledge your presence. And then there's two goblins who are like talking it out. One of which is like pretty large, and he's just kind of shoveling his face in, and the other one kind of looks up as you come in, and he looks you up and down and goes, "Oi, girl, you say your parents worked for me. When?"
Well, mister, when I was really young, I have vivid memories of the also to just preface, I would have hidden my like is it stuff before going in.
Sure.
Okay. Well, so I remember back a couple years, we were all in. Was it the Gore House or was it just any other Rakdos club that my human?
I think you said you wanted it to be the Gore House for extra trauma. So.
Okay. So back when you used to be at the Gore House, and those crazy adventurers came in and took down your operation, and I was with my parents, but then they left me and went off to keep doing the debauchery, and I was left on the streets. But you know, I wanted to come back and work for you when I was finally strong enough, and well, here I am.
And give me an insight check while you're saying all this. Yeah, so he's just like listening along, and then as you kind of get to the end of the story, he just goes, "Thorin, Bimbo, Morik, leave us alone for a minute. I need to talk to the girl." And you see as they all kind of look to each other. Yes, his name is Bimbo. And you see as they kind of like all look at each other, shrug, and walk out. And Krenko just walks up to you and stands over you, looks down and goes, and like you see as he's just like looking around and he's like kind of like poking and prodding around. And you guys can't do anything because we're saying it took you about like 2 minutes to try and pick that lock. It was a really bad failure. Right as this is happening is when you kind of like try to twist the lock in the tumbler, and you just hear as your lockpick snaps, which lets out like this little like cracking noise in the door. So they're gonna react to you in a second. But first, Krenko's kind of looking down at you and starts like prodding you, and he goes, "Holy shit! The Blood Daughter returns! Hikara's gonna have a fucking field day!" And he's gonna try and grab you by the back of the neck, Clara. And this is when we're gonna do a few different things. So one, up to everybody in here, we can vote. Do you want to use new grappling rules or old grappling rules?
What's the difference?
What's the difference?
Unarmed strike versus contested check.
I don't know what that means.
Contested?
Old grappling rules it is, because nobody else really said anything.
Yeah, and I'm
so
the only big man here.
Clara, you're gonna have to make a strength saving throw contested by Krenko's athletics.
Okay.
As he tries to grab you. At the same time, the lockpick kind of breaks in the door. And as that happens, you all hear the voice of like a gruff goblin on the other side go, "Someone's trying to get in! Battle ready, everybody!" And with that, now we are going to go to some combat music. There's a few things.
At least
King Sparkle Sparkle.
he probably wants me alive, so that's a good thing, right?
I mean, if you like torture, then yeah.
Zach,
Yep.
you said that it's going to be a struggle to make it through that the window, but is it impossible? Do you think? Or do you think my character will be too big?
So it's something that you can try to do, but like it's not something that you can do quickly. Like, you'll have to spend at least a full round of combat, if not longer, to get through it. And that's after spending a round of combat to break open the window.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
Like, these aren't like wall to like ceiling to floor windows. They are like small windows, pretty much only used for ventilation within the warehouse.
Gotcha.
And with that, we're going to put everybody... Jesus, I don't know why my headphones are freaking out right now, but they are. We're gonna put everything into a...
God damn it! I was muted. So before we start this, is this really the order we're saying that we're in here?
Condense everyone.
More of the Punch Man is all the way in the back.
It's a lot of goblins!
It is a lot of goblins. Everybody roll initiative.
This man really
a
rolled
lot of
separately
20s.
for all of them. Hold on. This is different. I've never been on this side of it. How do I roll initiative from here?
Go
If
to
you
your
go to the
character sheet and
if you
press
go,
initiative.
you can either press initiative on your
There you go.
character sheet or go to the combat tracker window and then just...
Damn, I did okay.
I did.
I got 8.
So this all starts with the shout out that you guys are trying to break in as Krenko grabs onto you, Clara, and grabs on tight. You're not able to break free as he kind of like twists your arms behind you and he just snarls in your ear. Oh, this is gonna be good. Let us begin.
So we're really going with the kick in the front door method, I guess.
I'm worried.
Not that we had any other option, but we probably had another option.
Well, I wouldn't fit through the window.
I mean,
So, the
What would you propose? We were planning this for
the
like
first
2
one to
years.
react is the one by the door, and you all see as in the action of calling out, he thrusts open the door, and Gideon, you being the first one there, he takes a swing at you immediately.
I can't see him.
Is the door open?
it is now.
It
Yes.
is now,
Oh, okay.
and you see as he takes this great axe and tries to cleave it down onto you.
Uh-oh. Yeah!
Oh,
But a
public
one-
rolls.
A 1 will miss. And with that, you see as he's kind of like off guard as he was expecting 1 or maybe 2 of you, but he opens up this door, just sees all of you, and kind of gets distracted as he tries to bring this axe down. And
Hello.
that is all he does in his first action. But then you see further back, one of them kind of runs up a little bit, and you see as he's kind of like whispering something to himself. And actually, what is the range on this? Not enough. So you see as he just kind of like walks forward a little bit and starts chanting to himself. But other than that, this is a real big map. Nothing much happens. Clara, you are currently being grappled by Krenko. What would you like to do? As he's kind of like holding you down and starting to pull you back.
I would like to attempt to squirm out of his grab.
Alright, give me a strength saving throw. And that is going to be against his passive athletics. Which... That is actually... He's not all that strong. That is enough that you're able to break free. And you kind of like squirm out, and it takes your action to squirm out of this guy's grip. But you just see as he's like staring at you with this like wide green toothy smile, and he's just staring down at you and goes, "Oh, you're gonna want to come quietly, otherwise this isn't gonna go great for you."
She wants, so she's gonna. Is it? Can I
So you have
open
bonus
this door?
action and movement. Yes,
Can I
so that
open-
would be a free action to open the door.
Okay, well, she's gonna walk to the door, open the door, and oh fuck. Maybe she shouldn't have opened the door.
He did tell you. He did tell the other three to wait outside the room.
Okay, she opens the door, sees that, closes the door, and then looks back at Krenko and goes, "What did you do to me and my parents?" And
One thing to note, as you open the door and move out of his grip, did you disengage as a bonus action? You can do that as a goblin, right?
I can. Yes, I did that.
Okay. He does not stab you then.
Yet.
But yeah, she just wants to like open the door, see the 4 goblins out there, close the door again, and then just go, "What did you do to us?"
And you see as he just starts laughing. And Gideon, you're able to react next as this thing goes forward, opens the door, and swings at you, but kind of gets caught off balance.
I would like to.
If something moves up next to them, who gets it?
Gideon?
Sorry. It's so much harder.
Go stab.
Just do it.
I'm gonna give him the old razzle dazzle.
What?
The
An
mist
11
blade.
is not. Yeah. It is a missed blade as it misses. So you like brandish your blade and you try and stab into this guy, and you see as he kind of like dodges out of the way a little bit, and then you see as he does, he twists the great axe in his hand, spins around, and tries to jam it into you.
Oh no. Oh, that'll hit me. Oh no, never mind.
No, you are real lucky that if it uses its thing to do that, it is at disadvantage.
Ooh.
What's going on?
Anything else you would like to do?
Is this whole thing here open, or like which way does the door swing?
The door is open. Like, you're out on the streets, which is nothing. The door is open. So, I'm not sure what you're asking.
I was just wondering if like the whole rest of the party could see what was going on. Like,
See a sliver.
I can.
Yeah.
Because
well,
I'm
Yeah,
right
they
there.
can see, like, a little bit, but not really, because the door is kind of, like, open and blocking their vision.
we can get in. Don't worry about the door.
okay, that was my concern, was that since I was standing directly in front of it, people wouldn't be able to get in.
No, we're fine.
Then no, I guess I would like to. No, I guess there is. Yeah, I'll step to the side here, just a tad.
All right. Next up is the one that you saw towards the back yesterday, with their like practicing their archery. Escher. You see as he just
I don't see anything.
turns- Sorry, what? Well, you don't
I don't
see.
see anything.
I'm just saying, like, from around there, yep, that's actually within range. You see as he just steps forward a little bit And Tavro, you see as an arrow is launched straight at you.
Oh.
Short bow. 'Cause he's short.
Ha! Ha!
That don't hit.
Yeah, so you see as, like, you see it with enough time that you're able to rip your head back and dodge out of the way, and then this thing jumps over and dives behind a set of crates to try and hide and get some cover.
Gotcha.
And that will bring us next to the boss, the goblin who was right outside of the door. One of the three that like stepped out, just looks up, looks at you, having broken out of Krenko's grasp, and goes, "Kill a boss!" And he just replies, "Leave her alive, but she doesn't have to be intact."
I was so wrong about which one is Krenko.
What was that, Escher?
I thought the boss was Krenko. I was so wrong when I was scouting.
They're in the same room.
Yeah, now they are.
And you see as he attempts to bring down his sword onto you a first time.
Uh-oh.
And
Hey, wait a minute. That door's still closed. He can't do nothing.
You're so right. He takes his free action to open the door.
Yeah, that's fucking right.
As he sees her open it, close it, turn around, and then he's just like, okay, and then opens it back up and stabs her.
Good.
And then
now we're following by the rules.
As he stabs you the first time, he goes in for now a second attack. But you're able to twist out of the way of this one before it's able to cut into you. And that will bring us to Escher. What would you like to do?
So this entirely depends on you, because this is something we had discussed previously. This would be a house rule, but do you allow people to delay their turn?
Yeah, so this is the thing that we discussed previously. You can basically delay your turn, but whatever you delay it to is your new initiative for the rest of the combat.
So this is the point where Escher would go, "Oh my, I think this is a fight. I've never done one of these before. Kai, what do you usually do?" Pat, that's you.
I was muted. I just looked at you and go, stick them with the pointy end.
He just motions to having no weapons on him, and he goes, I'll follow your lead, and I'm going to delay my turn until after Kai goes. I will delay the whole turn.
Alright.
7.5.
Oh yeah, because we did go over the fact that you have no combat experience, right?
None. Literally never been in a fight in my life.
You have to go backwards because I now see that if I drag you down, it moves you throughout the thing. It goes with you. So we go back up to the next person in combat, and you see this one runs forward a bit. And then he's still... Actually... Yeah, this one's not the brightest. He is now out of range of any target he might want, and you just hears he's like grumbling to himself, but he does run forward a little bit. That'll bring us to Krenko. He is going to look at you, Clara, and you see as he just he takes a step forward and goes, "Sorry, kiddo, but there's a ransom on your head." And you see as he takes his dagger, like slashes it across his palm, and then tries to reach out that bloody palm onto you.
Oh.
No.
And you just feel it feels like your body is on fire for a few minutes as you just feel your muscles like contracting and spasming and rotting beneath your skin as he just like looks down at you and goes, you never should have come here if you didn't want to join Hikara.
Oh, he's just a normal bandit. Just smack him. You never should have come here.
Yep.
That's what I thought too, Pat.
And that'll bring us to the next of the archers, who's going to run up and hide behind some more crates. And then the next of these goblins is going to look over at Kara and go, Bimbo's got her! And he is going to try and attack you as well.
Nope.
But you see as like this like sickly burst of green energy kind of comes out of the skull he's been holding, but it doesn't quite connect, and that will bring us to Tavro.
Excellent. Before I do anything, I'm gonna turn around to Fox real quick and just be like, I might be about to take a lot of hits, and I'm just gonna run 5, 10, and then now I can see everything. So just give me one moment. Yeah, that doesn't.
Do you want to get angry before taking them?
Well, I couldn't fit. I would block all of you if I did that. So now I'm going to rage as bonus action. Oh, big. Oh, you keep dragging my screen. And as I rage, I'm going to choose Elemental Cleaver Lightning.
All right. If you
how do I
activate that as well, you should just be able
Yeah.
to.
Features. It's passive, so I can't do it.
There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so you just kind of like step through the door, growing as you do, and your spear is encased in lightning as you just look down on this small goblin in front of you. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna fucking murder him. Because I was planning to attack the ballista, but that's way far away.
Yeah, this is a large warehouse.
Yeah. Anyway, so I have the goblin targeted, just making sure. And I am not going to reckless attack just because I feel like there's probably a lot of people who can do ranged shit. And so I will just try and smack him. Oh yeah. Hey. That's 13 damage.
Yep. And
And-
you like just stab into him, and he's kind of like racked with spasms as he as the lightning courses through him, but he's still standing, and now he turns his sights to you.
Well, I still have another attack.
That you do.
Oh.
But a 12 is not quite enough to hit as he
Yeah.
kind of like bats away your spear.
Yeah, that's alright. And then I will also move to here just to give everyone else a little bit more space.
All right. Is that all for your turn?
Yes.
All right. This one's going to run forward next. And he's going to target Clara as he tries to bring his great axe down onto her.
Also, I'll be right back. I have a package I need to get.
All right.
That was
He's not-
almost another 19.
Yeah. He's not quite able to make contact with you as he buries his axe in the like cobblestone ground at your feet, and then just looks up at you and snarls. And that will bring us to Aldrich. What would you like to do?
So Eldrick, after all this time, just hates himself and trying to like feed away his any feeling of hunger that he's been feeling. He's just gonna like burst out now, like finally, as he's gonna try to burst into the room now. He's rushing past everyone like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And the first person he sees, he's gonna launch at them. So the first thing that Aldrich is going to do is that he's going to favorite foe. Well, no, first he's going to, of course, he's going to go in for the bite. Is my thing not loading? Did you see my roll?
I have not seen you roll anything. I don't know about anybody else.
I haven't seen anything.
Nothing.
I'm pressing the. Hold on, let me refresh my page.
We're just
Yeah,
gonna
I saw him
dice.
move up, but I didn't see the rolls.
Because I was pressing the dice and it wasn't doing anything. Sorry about that, guys. Internet is poo-poo.
It's almost complete. Get a bone.
Isn't you?
You back in yet, Aldrich?
Not yet. I'm so sorry.
You're good.
I'm gonna try running closer to my router real quick so I can just at least load the page. Sorry about this.
Pulling that.
Would you like me to roll something for you?
It appears he is
Oh,
muted.
there. I can see.
Oh
It
yeah,
actually
there
went
he
through now.
goes.
Yeah.
So it looks like it hits.
Yes, it hits.
So now
You see, Clara fails her drop of
sad. So with that, with the hit on the guy, I'm going to use my the vampire bite ability, which I can use whatever damage I dealt as I'm going to add that onto my next roll. But before that, I'm going to also use favorite foe on this guy to add a to roll 1d4 against him to add 1d6 now that we're 6 levels. Sorry about that. 1d6 additional damage. I'm taking my
All right, so.
Well, hold up. I'm so sorry. I'm not actually done yet.
All right, keep going.
Oh, before the extra attack, my mistake. Before the extra attack, I used the Gathered Swarm extra damage.
Yeah, so you
And
run
now
forward and you pounce on him and you shove, like, you generate your proboscis and shove it into his throat. And all of the crawl around you that have been starving over the last few days just start swarming around him and picking him apart. And he starts to scream, but he's still standing as you go to make a second attack.
yeah, and I'm going to basically just do the same thing all over again, except for without the favorite spell. So with this additional roll, it's going to add +1 to attack for the vampiric bite.
Oh, so close to that 20.
Yeah, so 20 to attack. He's going to take the extra bite, and he's going to also take the extra damage as well again.
You can gathered swarm on every hit.
I believe so. It's every hit. Let me just make sure again. Oh, I'm sorry. No, take that off that extra gather swarm. My mistake.
Yeah, it's once on each of your turns.
Yeah, sorry about that.
All right. So other than that, though, you just like everybody else sees as Aldrich just runs forward. His like face kind of morphs into this proboscis, and he just starts draining this thing of its psychic energy, trying to tackle it to the ground. And he's just like devouring this thing, but it's still standing as it just screams in terror as Aldrich jumps on him. Kai, what would you like to do?
I would like
I'm
to
so
do what
sorry.
I does, which is come on inside. Okay, yes, I'm unmuted. And he's gonna see a vaguely humanoid thing attacking a goblin and be like, opportunity to kill a goblin. A vaguely humanoid thing. Oh, sorry, I meant to mention, before I run in, I look to Escher and just go, I hope you're ready. No going back
I'm
now.
not. Oh!
Start with that.
Damn.
Suck him dry.
And
Damn.
that gets
Yeah.
me. I guess that. No, the temp health I get from killing it is better than the temp health I get from.
Yeah, so
fucking
you
it
get
while it's critical.
you do get 10 health, temp health from killing it. You also get temp health from critically hitting it with the dagger, and because you have now taken a life with the dagger, I don't know if you've started tracking this in the past, but remember, just note that you got a final hit kill on something with the dagger.
Okay, I will start making note of that.
Whose phone's on the mic?
And
I believe,
I
yeah,
still
anything
have
else you'd like to do?
4 spaces of movement. I'm going to use that to duck behind this box.
How much movement do you have?
45 feet.
Holy crap.
Monk. I have 40.
Alright, and then there's nothing else for me to punch in range.
All right, so that
Okay.
will bring us to Escher. What would you like to do as you've kind of like waited to see what Kai's gonna do? You see as he just
5,
runs in, slits this thing's
10.
throat, and then keeps running.
I don't know if I could see any of that, Chief, but hey, I heard it. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, there's nobody here. I really thought there was going to be some people here.
Nope.
There was one goblin guarding the door, and then everything else swarmed Clara.
Oh god, I'm super out of my element here. Okay. Well, I don't really have a ton that I can do. as I run past, so I'm gonna tell Fox like, don't let me die, and I'll do the same for the rest of them.
Agreed. But if you do go down, I hope I have your consent to bring you back as a zombie.
You don't.
That's
Fuck me. Hold on. There's this. I thought there was a bunch of them here, and this completely changes what I was gonna do on my turn. So you have to give me a minute. How far away is the nearest goblin?
You can do a ruler by
Yeah.
holding down control and dragging it.
I just
over
wanted.
you.
I guess I wanted to make sure that this guy is the closest one, that I haven't missed one, right?
That is the closest one you can see.
Damn, he's 65 feet away.
This
Christ,
is a
I can't do.
huge fucking warehouse.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be very helpful here. So, probably not even worth it. I can't do anything else with my bonus action. So the first thing I'm gonna do, that nobody would even know this, but oh, that's an action to do that. Shit. Okay. Until we get up there, then I'm gonna pop this baby. I'm not concentrating on anything. Fuck you. Hold on.
It might still have your guidance on Gideon.
I think it does.
Sorry.
Just
And
if
now-
it says you're concentrating, just ignore it and roll anyway.
Okay. And I'm gonna pop this on myself.
I was waiting for him to pop it.
And there we go. So I would have my colony kind of go through and change all my all my skin cells, and they have completely taken on a completely different view, and the texture of my skin is now completely changed, and I almost have this like reflective sheen to myself. And now my AC should be 16.
Gotcha. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
It didn't change my AC. I don't know how to make it do that. So
manually
target yourself with the thing when you did it?
am I not automatically targeting myself?
Not unless you try to target
It
yourself.
looks like you applied it on Gideon.
Motherfucker!
Yeah,
God,
so you're targeting Gideon.
There's no good way to end targeting. Alright, how do I end it?
Click on it. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Belay that.
Like, how do I end an effect on somebody?
I'm doing it.
Okay, because here's what I'm going to do then. I'm going to target myself, use it again, but I'm just not going to expend the spell slot since I already did, and hope that that works.
Yep. There you go.
Okay.
And now you have a 16 AC.
Yeah.
Yes, there we go.
Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Not anymore. I thought there was, but I was wrong. Can't move, and I got no bonus actions, so.
Alright, so the next that's going to be is... This one is going to run forward a bit, and then that is all. Fox, what would you like to do next?
5, 10, 15.
Yeah, sorry, I kind of blocked you in, so. Or blocked you out, I guess.
25. And I'm just gonna, as I pass by Escher, give him a good old pound on the back and say, "Don't die."
recording anything?
I did.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, that thing was just in range. Yeah, so you just reach and tell Escher not to die and send out this burst of fire from your holy symbol. And you see as the goblin ahead tries to kind of like dodge out of the way, but is caught in the flames and just starts screeching as it burns.
All right, then. I can see Clara, right?
If your token can see Clara, then you can see Clara.
I am going to target. I can see this dude, right? Krenko?
If you can see Clara, you should be able to see Krenko, yeah. Once again, if you can see his token, you can see him.
I am just. Bonus action, I'm going to target Clara and the assassin at 23, and I'm going to use my channel divinity to switch their spots.
Ooh.
All right.
Wait, whoa. Heh.
So let's.
As I see that, I say, I just pull out my gold coin and flick it in the air and say, Clara, get the hell out of there. Poo.
And
that
Clara,
will be my turn.
You kind of like feel as you just hear Fox's call out to you, and you're able to act just a little bit faster. And actually, you are immediately able to act following that. What would you like to do?
Wait, what does the channel divinity do?
It's a homebrew channel divinity.
I thought you were touching your place.
That's what I thought.
Wait,
I thought
sorry.
it was physical too.
One thing to note, Connor, it is 2 people adjacent in initiative order, so it would have been Clara and the Curse Spitter, not Clara and the Assassin.
Oh.
Would you not like to do that?
Is that the curse spitter? Oh, never mind. Is anyone right next to her?
There's a
Yeah.
In initiative order.
Yeah.
Yeah, next to them in the initiative order.
Not physically next
So
to
like
them.
you can basically move her 1 step up or 1 step down in the initiative order. You can't just
In that
swap
case,
her
I'll
with
just
anybody.
take it back, because, yeah.
Alright, so let's go back to your turn, because you didn't understand that. So, what would you like to do on your turn instead?
I am going to, I won't do a bonus action then.
Alright. In that case, it is the assassin's turn. And Clara, you feel as this is going to be please roll. Why won't there we go.
Why does he have advantage?
You don't even see who's attacking you right now. That's supposed to do.
No, Clara.
Second. Now that should go through.
And you are just out of my reach.
And you just feel as this knife slides into your back as you turn around and see as this thing makes itself appear behind you. You didn't even see it before, and it just slides this dagger into you. And you feel as you are now kind of like bleeding out almost completely in this little hallway surrounded by goblins. And then this one
No, stop
is...
zooming.
Yeah.
Well, keeps turning back on.
Oh, mine's off.
Yeah, so I'm like,
Yeah, every time
Now-
I reload the page, it turns back on.
Maybe I turn everything off.
So Clara, you are next to react. What would you like to do?
So Clara is going to say, or I don't think she's gonna say anything. Maybe she is. I don't know. She's gonna pull out one of her grenades, and she's gonna be like, "I'm out of here, folks." She's gonna pull the pin on it, drop it, and then she's gonna disengage and move away.
All right, so give me the dexterity check, because this might blow up while you're still there.
Yes, I'm aware.
come on.
Or you can do this. I believe in you.
I don't.
Damn.
No!
Let's see.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got a dead goblin.
All these
That's why I
guys
didn't
were
take
told.
one.
Yeah, all these guys were told not to kill you. They were going non-lethal. Your grenade is not non-lethal.
They all take
Okay, well, should I roll the damage?
Yep. Do the grenade. You pull the pin and it just goes off immediately.
Damn it.
5d6.
Did we not create a thing for this?
Well.
Lizzie, that was a really good damage roll.
Hey,
Damn.
they're still in range, right? So they have to all make the saving throw and take the damage,
Holy
right?
Yeah,
shit,
so-
that's a really good damage roll.
Everyone, you including all of these goblins, have to make what is it? DC 14?
I
DC
think it's
15 saving throw.
I feel like this is like a movie moment where the plan goes wrong. We all run in to go save her, but right as we get in the door, there's an explosion in the distance.
Hey, that was almost a 2, okay? But I still failed, so you know.
Every preconceived notion I had about this goblin was just proven correct.
What's the dead rule?
If you roll, if you
If you
what
go-
you had left is more than your max.
Okay, we're good. Yeah, Clara's very dead.
Alright, so we're gonna make some saves for these guys because I think some of them are probably dead too.
Clara drops the grenade and goes to run and just slips on it and falls and looks straight at it and goes, "Damn it!"
Damn.
I like to think you pulled the pin and went to run and just immediately tripped on your own shoelace.
Pretty much.
I'm also imagining just immediately runs into the person in the doorway.
Or you just like run into
Well,
the
wow.
wall.
If it makes you feel any better, all of these are failing their deck saves.
Yay!
Other than Krenko.
Fuck!
Of course, it's
That's fitting. I feel like the boss is the one
Hey,
that
he
should
still
live this.
takes half damage.
He does still take half damage. But you just see as these things are all covered in shrapnel, and you just all hear this huge boom as so that's what you just hear this huge boom rock the building as Clara drops the grenade. Shrapnel goes everywhere, and the one who just stabbed its dagger into your back just drops dead next to you, and the rest of them around you are just filled with shrapnel now. And Now you can disengage and run away if you would like.
I'm dead.
He's filled with shrapnel too.
Oh, right. You also took the shrapnel. You are very unconscious.
Yeah, I'm down.
And you know what? Unfortunately, I do actually have something that I need to do in the next 20 minutes. So I think that might be a good place to call it. With a fucking bomb going off.
Are you really gonna leave us on a fucking anime cliffhanger?
I mean, there's no way we were finishing this fight before 10, so I think that's
Yeah.
pretty reasonable.
Yeah, I also know
Yeah.
Katie likes to wrap up around this time. This is a good time for me. And honestly, I don't think we could have gotten a more dramatic moment to end on, so I'm calling it there.
Clara always fucks up when it matters.
See,
Like I said,
at first I felt bad about giving you powerful things like bombs, but you only use them to kill yourself, so it's fine.
This is fair. Again, she always fucks up.
Isn't this the second one that you've thrown and it's the second time you failed the check?
I think so.
Because the first, I know you did it against the worm-hearted suffragan.
Yep. Yep, I
and
definitely missed that one too.
You missed that one too, and I think that was both of the times you've used a grenade so far.
Was it the Molotov cocktail?
No, it's my grenade. Oh. The
You know,
grenade.
this is a fucking, like, she literally just, like, took a bunch of nails and a handful of black powder, shoved it in a little parchment bag, and lights it on fire. But she doesn't have expert knowledge of how fuses work. So sometimes they last long enough that she can throw it, and sometimes the bag just shatters.
the best part is, we like, actually no, as you say, it's gonna be very difficult for us to even get over there to help.
I can. I mean,
10?
I can step of the wind, but I think I'm still 5 feet short of attacking in the same turn.
I can dash it, then I'm within range for healing word. So
Most of my spells.
Dash.
So Aldrich can also move like 110 feet in a turn if he wanted to.
Excuse me?
What?
Justin,
Yeah, maybe.
explain.
Yeah, I'm a human
Uh,
being over here who can move 30.
Rangers get stuff, and mobile feats and rangers get like plus stuff.
Yeah, he's got extra movement. He has the mobile feat. So his base speed is 50. He can dash for another 50, and then he can use his gathered swarm to move an extra 10 feet.
I said that Dexter was calling.
Can he give those to me? Because all my spells are touch.
I can move you like a little bit, but I gotta hit you first.
But yeah, so